Danganrompa.
Hello everybody, Superboy123 here, and it's time for just a second, there we go, Danganrompa. So, last time, we got to the final trial, or at least what I believe is the final trial. So let's just get this ball rolling. But real quick though, I'm gonna really quick get a quick drink of water because this is gonna be a big thingy, so I'll be right back. Alright, I've hydrated, and we are ready to roll! Let's begin this final trial, or at least I assume it's the final trial.
Let's begin with a basic if you can... Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
Uh-huh. Da-da-da-da-da.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Just stop.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Thank you.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait, Kyoko, that proves the body doesn't belong to her. The gloves!
I got it!
I am smart!
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Da-da-da.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Right.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way the corpse was Kyoko. But if I can prove why, But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here because of Mr. Idiot Head. So I don't have any choice but to... No, stop the debate! Let's go! That's gonna be the tattoo or the nails.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
They're fake nails, that's
This
the
entire
clue.
discussion is idiotic.
I got the download.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing...
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing...
No, you dummy!
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Just stop,
If
please.
anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Alright, finally an actually good question.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Make your argument? Tattoo on right hand, I think.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
And there's nothing else we can do, right?
I got the download.
If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face was... And there wasn't any Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, you... Wait. No, you dummy!
was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
For real.
You're lying. He'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Anyways,
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
you've been seeing it the entire time we were here.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
I would prefer the term pupper.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my...
Seriously? They really did
No,
something that
please, no.
humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh,
Thank you.
really?
If you compare the tattoo to the other information we have, your victim's identity becomes clear. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. I am smart!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... a wolf. Do we seriously have to go into a hangman's gambit? It was literally just there. I need an F. Give me an F. There we go. Easy!
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Not a doggo, as sad as it is.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Whoa, Toko, you know your mythology.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
I feel like they weren't the mastermind.
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
Huh.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Da-da-da.
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been
I have a
gone
feeling.
this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important
Wait.
character dies, it has a lot
I just
more
realized.
detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Okay, fine.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
The fact that the family name is boldened makes me think that'll be important later.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, Just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
No.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects. Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it!
I am smart!
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Dang it! I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? 9 o'clock!
I got it!
Smart!
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't prove an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during that time. And I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended in the garden. Alright! Another hangman, grab it. What's that? The quick battle, bleh. Not the gambit, bleh. Sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I got the download. There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the...
Yep. And Makoto.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Wait, what? Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird's going on. Dang it! How is it not the
We've
sprinklers?
established a time frame for the murder. It took place
Analysis.
somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto just.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
What? I'm sorry, what? Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird's going on.
Shoot.
Ah!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the...
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the
Okay,
time.
okay, I am very confused. Like, seriously. What the heck am I supposed to do here? Am I, like, supposed to absorb 730 and shoot it back or something? I don't know.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 and 9 o'clock in the...
Yep. And Makoto.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I hope. I mean, if this is it, I'm gonna be... That's kind of dumb.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto just.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
I am... What?
Shoot.
What the... Okay.
We've established
What?
a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
From.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be
Okay,
the time.
okay. I just... Actually... Okay, one more look around.
We've established a time. It took place
Somewhere between 10
o'clock at
and 9
night.
o'clock in the...
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to
7:30.
That's more than enough time to. So Makoto, if you have any
What
objections,
is...
now
What am I
would be the
supposed to
time.
do? There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Sprinklers at 7:30.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have it.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
I swear, if I have to shoot this at the
That's
10
more
o'clock,
than enough
that's
time
dumb.
to- So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
We've established a time frame for them. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Aw,
and
dang
9
it,
o'clock
I
in the...
missed.
Yep.
And Makoto does.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
We've established a time frame for them. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
Nope, that's...
Shoot.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the...
Yep.
And Makoto.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Why?
Shoot.
Actually, why? Nobody believes me. Because nobody thinks that my evidence is true! Alright, I'm gonna save. and super quickly skip through everything and... hopefully...
Let's begin if in okay.
Well then, first,
It's
But,
no.
but
Well, she's like.
there's a limit to how much.
Then let's compare
her
Kyoko's gloves.
got it! I'm talking.
In that case,
Do,
and
do, do,
in
do,
fact,
do, do.
Monaco.
Oh,
I'm not.
The tattoo on the right hand.
That Kyoko there is just.
impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt off in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Ah, dang it, that's not the right one either.
Shoot!
That.
I want to get the screw it, I'm going to just... 1 second. I'm just gonna restart the program and... Gah! That point.
Danganrompa.
Alright. Gonna reload. And let's try to quickly get back to where we were before.
If in
Well, first,
It's.
But,
No!
but
Well, that. She's.
there's a limit to how.
Okay. Then let's compare Kyoko.
her
Gloves.
got it! I'm talking about her
In that case, I think it would. And would, in fact,
Oh,
They probably. I'm.
Oh, fake nails. Yeah, I'm dumb.
That Kyoko there is just.
impossible.
Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
they got burnt off in the
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing.
No, you dummy!
No.
Oh, that's cool.
that's the first.
I didn't know control was super fast forward. That's cool. Tattoo on the right hand. Now I use that one.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some. I don't think so. The face was, and there wasn't any description. Oh, if we can't identify the.
No, you dummy! Now let's fast forward back to where we were before. Mukuro Ikusawa's profile.
Got it!
Smart! And it was a wolf. Give me a W. Now I need an F. There we go.
Now I understand.
After all, it's said. If I remember correct, Kyoko.
So that means.
She's been gone this. Usually,
So which would mean she.
Then.
it must have been.
No.
But how?
My
okay, please limit all future.
Fine. No matter what.
I have to.
Seriously?
Yep. I'm sure.
Makoto and Kyoko.
I
I'm
got
smart!
That's the whole.
Alright. Gonna save here.
I
Wait.
have something I'd like to say.
Then I guess we can. Oh, but
The one who's...
It was at 9 o'clock.
I got it!
we ran in. Oh, yeah.
Which means...
Now, wait. Now I save. System, save, over that. Now then, because I have absolutely... Okay, does anybody in the chat have any idea what the answer is to this? Because if it isn't shooting sprinklers at 7:30, then just... I've tried everything I could think of.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to
Commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be.
I absolutely have no idea. I have no clue. Wait a minute.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, you dummy! Ah, that was stupid. I mean, I get it, but just...
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such innocent words?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean?
I threw water at it!
By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
No!
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Because bucket. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. Before I look at the body, that should make it clear. Alright. Sorry, I gotta check on the controls again. Tabs to reload. Control... Right. Tabs to reload. Fire is left. Lock on is right. Spaces to fever time.
I hate you! No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you! No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything. Hold on.
Finished final strike.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Exploded body analysis.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
I yeeted a bucket at it.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if
sir.
the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
What?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting.
Oh, I see where this
I'm
is
listening.
going.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Certain something. Could it have been... the tarp?
I got it!
Smart!
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
What? Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want me to make Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, you dummy!
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
The chicken!
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got blood right there, which must mean... The chicken!
I got it!
I'm smart!
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens.
But now...
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
That's what you're worried about?
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Actually, it was backwards.
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Quit blaming me, I'm innocent!
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Nice.
This guy's dead body has been added to the truth bullets section.
Well then, it looks like
That's
we're
new.
back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it?
Can I say see none of the above? No? Oh, okay.
Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
It was my knife.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have this knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
Hey, Game Tech, glad to see you here.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer! This guy's dead body, exploded body, fragments near dead body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Finale time. That
really
depends
is,
entirely
isn't
on your actions during this
I
trial.
was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
We already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Alright, let's look at the truth bullets. Exploded body analysis. Yep, the explosion has been burnt upper half of the body beyond recognition. The upper half of the body remains on fire and had to be extinguished. Because of this, the upper body was soaking wet while the bottom half remained dry. In the explosion, the victims they were dead before the blast. The victims had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which completely went through the body. They also been struck in the head with a... Also been struck in the head with an object about thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but they were at least several days old. Where the body was found, knife. Kyoko's account. Murder took place before the sprinklers turned on. The suspect covered the body with a tarp to prevent it from getting wet. Later, when they removed the tarp, the suspect placed the white jacket on the body. This jacket had previously been treated with blood to make it look like the corpse had been wearing it. Alright, what was the 3 bullets?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
There was exploded body,
If he
disguised
did
dead
have
body,
that knife
and
before, then
fragmented.
that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I think I know what I gotta do.
The knife we found, it's the same one we... It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife, that seals it. Makoto...
Just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Wait,
right?
dang it, that wasn't it. Yes, I see. So what you're saying is, I have absolutely no idea.
Shoot!
I think I need to try it one more time. There must be a contradiction there somewhere.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave... It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it.
Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No, you dummy!
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's impossible. The exact... The body was dead before the blast, but the victim had been stabbed a single time. Stabbed a single time! I'm smart!
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Ah, hero. Never change.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
Boom.
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle cause an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
Please stop.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Oh, come on. Why do I have to literally spell everything out? There's only one explanation I can think of the explosion. Yep, that's the, How did Hero survive that this long? Because nobody wants to kill the the dumb person. He'll distract the others from getting the answers. Fragments! I am smart!
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural.
Because of course. It was a bomb!
We saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
A bomb?
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate! Monokuma file number 5. Might have to absorb, but we'll see.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up, and those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves...
Then, shall we continue the debate?
I don't want to get this wrong.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me because of the knife. Then there's only...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed
I think
she was
it's
hit
that,
on-
but I want to save
the victim had
just
suffered
in
countless
case.
wounds across her entire body.
Quick save. Ah, dang it.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has...
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me because of the knife. Then there's only one...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that
Dang
showed
it,
she
wrong.
was hit on the back of her head.
Ah, shoot. I don't want to have to redo this again. Game Tech, can you give me a hint?
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah.
Wait, I think I just got it.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right?
Oh, what? I heard the name.
Then there's only
Let me
one
see
other
where you are.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
Case
According
5.
to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
That's just a
body.
theory, but maybe it's the countless wounds. The stab wound isn't what she died from. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other
Ah,
thing.
dang, I missed it.
Oh, yeah. According
She
to
was hit on
that's
the back.
gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was
Competent.
hit
Right
on
now,
the
at the
back
moment,
of
the
her
game
head.
wants you to say she was hit on
And
the
more
head.
than
Oh.
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Alright, so... The game wants me to say that she was hit on the head. But I already tried shooting the, I tried shooting the Monokuma file at that, but... These last few trials are kind of wank and crazy. But we'll see, have to use only Monokuma file. So I feel like I have to absorb another thing. Wait, I think I gotta get it all together.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The
The
explosion
victim's
didn't
fatal
kill her for sure.
injury.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me because of the knife. Then there's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that
Oh,
showed she was hit
never
on the
mind.
back of her head.
Nope, that wasn't it either. Dang it. Wait, maybe it's the other way around.
Then shall we continue?
Continue the debate. The victim's
Fatal injury.
has yet.
The explosion didn't kill her for
Ah,
sure.
dang it.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the nut. There's only...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back.
And more than that, the victim had suffered
Ah,
countless
dang it,
wounds
wrong
across
target
her
again.
entire body. Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has yet to be detected.
No, you dummy! Got it. Got it.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her
There
body?
we go.
They
Woo!
didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the
As I said, it's
murder
complicated, but right now you're supposed to think her head injury was the fatal blow.
weapon?
Interesting.
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt
Though I have a,
object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
though with the fact that they're the ultimate soldier and they have fake nails similar to someone else's, I have a suspicion I know what's going on here.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks.
Wait, I'm staying.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Let me see how to access the, transcript is F2, got it. No thanks, I bet you just hit me with the middle end and call it an accident. I'd love to scoop out the nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it. Ha ha ha, I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
Oh, I think I know. The real murder weapon. Titanium. Alrighty, still here, just looking out and looking on and off is all. If you need another tip, give a shout. And remember, don't rush any decision. A lot of hinges on this child, more than you know. Stop putting so much pressure on my back. But thank you so much, Gamertech. Titanium arrows. I am smart.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Don't you mean titanium arrows?
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
Don't blame Hina for doubting it, but there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. The duct tape! The bloody duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker,
Right?
I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Oh, dang it, I missed it.
Talking back to you have no right!
I had the lead, but I missed it.
The titanium, it was in the dojo.
I have no doubt that
Was the murder.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, because in the Monokuma, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too thick.
No, you dummy!
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Apes together, strong.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Yeah, seriously, that's not harsh at all.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Alright. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be... Oh, it's the woodblock key. It's the woodblock key. I am smart!
The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
Wait a minute.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? And does that mean she knew I was being attacked? She came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone. For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I'm gonna really quickly save, because I feel like we're getting real close to the point where...
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than
It's
anyone
almost
I
crunch
didn't
time.
do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo lock and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct? But could I really have done that?
Wait, Kyoko gave her locker key to Byakuya, which would mean...
Those words you just...
Exactly.
I'm
I have
not
to
the
absorb.
killer.
You should understand that
Byakuya,
Master would never hide.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that
There's proof!
You stated a
There's
earlier,
proof!
You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then left the locker key in my own room.
Wait.
Correct?
No, that's not right. Oh, I'd have to do it the other way around again. I mixed it up.
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya?
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated you said I hid and then left the lock. But
I
Could
didn't.
I
I
really
skipped
have
too
done
far. Alright.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said.
Actually, real quick, I'm just going to... Dang it, I can't.
I'm
Oh,
not
well.
the killer.
you should understand.
Byakuya?
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated you said I hid.
Hid the evidence of and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct?
But could I really have done that?
I keep on... Yeah, I keep on mixing up the what
Those
goes where.
words you just spoke.
Exactly what
I said.
I'm not the killer.
You should understand that.
Byakuya?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Yes, you dummy! There is proof!
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant.
Oh. Yeah, right. Shoot.
And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in.
Crunch time! Will Super get more game? Does he trust Kyoko? Find out next time on Among Us Anime Edition!
Without the room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Da-da-da. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction to what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. The fact that I need to save! But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there something deeper? Was there some deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind have laid for us. Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko? But what if it's not really true? What can I do? I can save one more time! What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here. You know what? Just because I can, and because I saved, I know this is wrong, but I'm going to pursue it!
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
I'm sorry, Game Tech, I gotta see what happens!
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying, and that must be because there's some other desperate truth she wants hidden. No. I gotta do it. I'll reload that save later. I gotta shoot this bullet through their lie.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya.
That's true.
There's no doubt about that, right?
I've actually seen this. I know
You
what
are
happens,
correct.
but I've never seen it.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
That's the point.
Then, when we searched, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there.
That's the only explanation.
I got the download.
I didn't have because
I'd given it to Byakuya.
there's no doubt of
You are correct.
so I couldn't.
Possibly have gotten into my...
No, you dummy! Time to see what happens.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself. Didn't you, Kyoko?
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko, Simple has betrayed you! I'm sorry! I am curious! I'll go back in time and fix it later!
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
He says he's not sorry! I'm sorry!
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that?
He has no...
You admit to killing-
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Wait, what?
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for
You did
voting
Kyoko
time,
dirty.
okay?
I'm sorry.
But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Time to see what happens. Monokuma vote. Da-da-da. Good job. You got it right. Brilliantly right. I know what happens. I've never... And now you're making me. You're a cruel person. I'm sorry. My curiosity is piqued. And it's killing the cat. We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Time to see what happens. How could I do this? I'm sorry! Oh dear. Professor Monokuma teaching how the machine works. After school lesson. Look at all this information! Look at it all! Instant regretty. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. Still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me, I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. I can't believe you've done this. She trusted you. I'm sorry. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once the case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. He had attained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace, but only inside this school. Okay, there is so much. Okay, there is so much about this photo. Just, I don't like it. That's all I'm gonna say. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope, hope, hope. This is hope.
No, this isn't right.
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Wait. Oh, okay, hold up. Hold up. That was all Makoto's imagination? Why the heck would he think something like that? What the heck, man? What? Makoto, your imagination is kinda hecked up. Her claim? Oh, that's right. I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? She's not wrong. I'm gonna pursue it! I'm joking. I have to let it go. It's the right. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it.
I took pity on you.
I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
Yes, you do. You need to believe in Kyoko, just like she would you, Superwell. You know, like friends do. I'm sorry. I was curious. I wanted to see what would happen.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone.
I'm sorry,
Or
Game
put the
Tech.
key in Kyoko's
Gamma.
room.
I'm sorry, Gamma.
Well,
I'm so
someone had
sorry.
to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
Oh no. Doing best girl dirty like that. Okay, in my defense, she is only second best girl. In my eyes. Sakura is number one.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
Da-da-da.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Time's up.
Okay, time's up!
Wait a minute. Am I actually a psychic that predicted the future? Because this is happening exactly like it happened in my head.
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
I've never seen Makoto so distressed.
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Oh, hey, that's the correct answer. Good. Hey!
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
See how concerned she is? That her friend is on the chopping block? That she might be responsible for being executed? See how much guilt is in her face? Curiosity. Ah, stop making me feel guilty, Gamma! What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
It all makes perfect sense.
Shing.
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. That guilt is yours. I'm not carrying it for you.
Kills.
It's time for your pop-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I? Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
It wasn't me! No! Oh, so now I'm in the game. I hurt so much! And I even predicted the... How did I predict everything in my little... What thing? This is punishment for your betrayal. No! The crushy TV. I do not like this at all. Can we stop? I think I'd better be able to pay attention to your lesson if we weren't moving towards a crusher. Please, pretty please. No. It's all over. Wait. Alter ego? Huh? What's going on? Why am I alive? Wait, where am I going? Ah! And then I died to fall damage. You're lucky Chihiro and Alter Ego are cute. You wouldn't be so lucky next time. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is that some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network! Darn it all to heck! I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. What are you even... Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Yeah, I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit, in a way, that's an even better special punishment. He didn't underestimate Superwill. Yes, wait. No, not. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world! Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what the heck is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh?
Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Unfollow report and killed best girl. Grab the pitchforks. No! Please! Forgive me! Very soon indeed. Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope speak a cat. Oh no, I was sent back in time! It brings in the students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope Speak a pretty fitty name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing at the gate to an ultimate school filled with ultimate students was me. Da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. What? Where am I? Woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Wouldn't it be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I've ever been in. What the heck is going on? Gah! Oh hey, it's the rocket ship from the intro! Yeah, finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. Then, I was awake. Or, was this just another dream? A dream? Inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for it to be a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cabin with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That was just the beginning of my problems. Am I going to be stuck here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen! Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what happened. Suddenly, alter ego. Wait a minute, how do I know? I wasn't able to see the TV by the time I was under the crusher. He used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. See, I know what happens next. Let me tell you, you don't deserve it. Traitor, you're lucky she has such a carry. Wait, what? So I can't give up now. For myself, and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First, I was starting to look at our way out here. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in a school's garbage pit? This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket and a tank? I better not think too much what I'm seeing down here. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled and kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next I search for water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up. Because I'm still alive! As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up! After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep, sleep, sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Crunch! What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, drawing me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage, dustled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? New thing. Let's examine. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. What? It's her! Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells
This place
awful.
smells... Kyoko? She forgives you. So do I, begrudgingly. Also forgive you. Disgruntled mumbling. Thank you, Gamma! It means a lot.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. Got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and faced me again.
Hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We can talk once you're finished. Food! Thank you! Munch, 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 glug, glug, glug. Wait, I can mimic the drinking. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Incredible voice acting. Thank you. Hey, glad to see you again, Timo-he. Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Chew with your mouth closed. You're in the presence of a lady. Oh, right. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
Pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I...
Abandoned you. Don't say that! You didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. No, he didn't! Don't fool yourself, Kyoko! We owe the truth! Gamma, please! You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why'd you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope Speak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did. Once. Once?
I...
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Amnesia? Then, it really is true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seemed much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive about the work of the Mastermind. They stole my memory. But what would they want to do with that? Why did they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the Mastermind's plans. The Mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
But it could also mean, somehow, my memories can maybe connected to the mystery of the school and the Mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the Mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus... Smugs! I see you're enjoying the emote. There's always the chance that the Mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, I don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind. One of us. She believed that, and of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into a missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you are the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Good! It's just like the dream I had before, but why'd that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for your help right away, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. Think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that interrogating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose or my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Yeah, that makes sense. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy. There was someone I had to find here in the school. Oh, wait.
Correct.
You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
It had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything had been in there. I mean, the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and the key. The map showed that the second floor was a home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff members must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
however,
Which I had no idea Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It had to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew if they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. You are free to explore what you want.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. And with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have been the victim. Could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... What a gross plan. Thank goodness it didn't work. Imagine if you died, Kyoko! Imagine! That'd be unthinkable. During that night...
I
can hear them, you know. Footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
And I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That was the end of things. That wasn't the end of things. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key would wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind. In an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. All this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is all the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have any conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. That's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? Mastermind want us to class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
Right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro is the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're,
indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter 5. Junk. Oh, I get the title now. To be continued. I got the Dream Island rocket. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now,
Anyway,
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come later. Yeah, you're right. It's locked, but we have a way to open the door. Okay, fine. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of this thing, being the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door. It can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, can we use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma designer and slid into the keyhole. And then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Oh dear. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There's been a ladder leading up from the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
so...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. Family's always seen it that way. Then, your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among other actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
Detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the truth, the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
Kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family's creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. That explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose. Protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far as to enter Hope's Peak, is because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But, hey, glad to see you here, gamer. But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You wouldn't have talked so much. Would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him. Face to face. What is it? I didn't get the bad ending. Well, technically I did, but then I didn't.
so...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
However,
but he had no interest in detective, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
That's true. Then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become detective. I was above Kyoko in the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. But I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But, your family! Just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone my family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. Instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after, I don't know how long, I finally reached the top. Yes! Finally! Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. Why'd it have to be so deep underground? We're back.
That's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Raised my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. Never would have gotten out of there without you. How long was the ladder? Reads note, 10 million more miles to go to the peak. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. This is how we got out of the garbage chute. I never would have imagined that's where this led. Trash room. So, now what? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you help me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. And she said that she pointed to a nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
Because
the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. That was a moment where the mastermind led their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. That should help with our negotiations. Super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we? Are we gonna do Trial 6? There's a Trial 6! Depends on how quickly we can get there. Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Oh, wait, actually, I just realized. Map. The gym!
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I
But Makoto's
don't
supposed to be
believe
dead!
it!
What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again!
Angry!
And this time I won't leave anything to chance! Kyoko! Do whatever you feel like you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
no.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose? I have main character plot armor. Exactly.
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up the latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so I wanted to excuse... So you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as blackened and then executed, right? Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto to be the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you, and entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
Executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say that! What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence!
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think that if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. Good!
Hey,
Of course, you can't say that we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Take that! You want to earn our despair fair and square?
that's what we have to do.
Then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice? What is this advice of yours?
It's true.
Do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a failed trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Objection! You suck, Monokuma. Now you fail and fall into the dump.
Hey,
Well, that's what... That would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept this challenge? Probably just they'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very? Oh, I get it!
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggest might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown! He agreed! Then we still have the shot at this!
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
But in this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here! You just use the same pun twice. Okay, I'm clawful at puns. What? All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around this school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all! If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win! But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement! When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we have uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Honestly, can't believe how this all has turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? One student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm, that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? It would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns! Oh. Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people that take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students! What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd you go all quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking! I've got nothing less to say to you! So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. Just... Are they gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna get your punishments later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. This unstable laughter seemed to close as we walked. Just like that, we were out of the gym. And to save on voice, I'm no longer reading blue lines until the trial. I'm not dead! Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because that one moment where the Mastermind let down their guard. Like I said. So, what was it that the Mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? It said that they had hijacked the airways to broadcast our school live to the outside world. Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
What do you think? What you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of it actually talking over the airways seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow, Mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. Must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. Reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If these regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
The Mastermind's ultimate goal is to make us kill each other, and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
For a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
I'm gonna lurk for a bit. Alright, sounds good, gamer. Outside world has a name for students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, Mastermind wants the world to see that and try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want us to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous!
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody would, but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would despise. That group who only pursue purpose and motivation comes from despair. What? Is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, the same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game around the world. Mastermind has to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules and she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all of their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. They made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. Due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
Prove to the world that despair is better than hope. They have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. Oh, that was a hunch, yeah, right? And you still are able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got to that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the Mastermind thought the plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. To be honest, I hadn't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, would you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're right.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is to earn another chance to fight. We have to win this.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right.
Hey,
Well, before we begin this final battle, we have to tell the others what's true. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
Probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Maybe in the dining hall? Suddenly, we are greeted with... You again. Tea? Broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
What that was all about.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone is here! Da da da! As soon as I couldn't help myself, I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo! Shoo! Get away! Shoo! Shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up. Y'all's Road.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. Need to explain everyone what happened with Monaco.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what?
Hmm.
But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
I'm going to redo Murkuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto stopped the trap in time, did what we had to do to stop it,
However,
but his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
Spotted the trap. You spotted the trap, didn't you, Makoto? I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of school regulations. We'll state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall when you said that at the end of last trial. You said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? There's more to that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
But...
We've been looking around this whole time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
Probably guessed already, but if we lose this try, everyone dies.
Oh.
Everyone?
I hate you!
Hey, what did you... Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words,
Interesting.
once there's one decisive final battle, a rather interesting development, I'd say.
But...
Figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries. It's a pretty tall heckin' order. Maybe, but this time, the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. Not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, we're together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave that little hint of it. Then...
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other
If
words,
the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then, the mastermind is... one of us.
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, only one still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? What? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that before that's true yet. Monokuma might have just started to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but one thing, but only one among many. Mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. Can't say it's not possible. One of us was the mastermind. They'd be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well...
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him oh wait,
But...
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way they could have been all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible. They directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still!
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Gasp!
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very monogamous of him to lock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyways.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. God, Master! He didn't take me with him!
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of us you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. That Toko trudged out of the dining hall. Now she's gone, and you're gonna fly off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit powers to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I
But-
mean,
Up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto! That's really nice of you to say.
but,
Still, I know I'm mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. I'm gonna go off and go and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Hopefully I don't need to talk to her because I'm tired. Oh. You're off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our investigation doesn't mean we can't work together through in the end. We should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right!
so then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to visit every nook and cranny of the school. We can visit those places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. There's no time to lose. We have to begin. And then we'll all escape together! This is a Boppin' investigation theme. Single stab, struck in the head, covered with other wounds, several days old. Let's start with the locked rooms. Headmaster's biolab. Oh, it's second floor.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's start with the second floor of the dorms. The gate's open. We can finally check it out. I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? Looks like some ancient... No. More like a battlefield. Like a bomb flew up here or something. Hey, this room has a light on it. I'm gonna check it out. The bed's complete.
Nice.
nothing in there. Well, gotta be a good boy till the end, I guess. Huh. That bathroom's perfectly fine. Weird drawing on the door. Ooh. This room is filled with lockers. It's meant for the Hope Speak students who came.
Nice.
Locked. Well, let's just give it a try. No luck. Card reader? Dang. Let's see. Let's just try every locker we can. Nope. I don't think there's anything in here, just devastation. In we go! Wow, this place actually looks nice.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? Regret? There's a PC on the desk.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. I might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
It's not much though, nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people. Its driving force comes from despair.
However...
That's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But the information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever we can get our hands on.
Correct.
See, that's a good outlook to have.
Nice.
Yuko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking of...
Nice.
Strange gap. It's a door.
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to.
Indeed.
Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure how you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on PC I think controls it. Get my password, the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what the password is. Also, it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, there's nearly not...
it's true. Whew.
I think about how much time I wasted on this. About your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about what the password might be. Sure, she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked to about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as password. Mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. I'll try it, try it. Whatever you want. Okay.
hey,
Goes nothing. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko? Present. There's a brightly covered box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of bad vibes from it. I mean, we can't not open it. Okay,
Makoto.
be careful, Makoto. Why do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so, you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? I'm just gonna open it! What was in the box? It was bones. Well, human bones. Last thing I expected from it,
I see.
just as I thought. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there! Human bones!
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing! A dead guy in a box! My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in that box? Those bones, that body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how could you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Oh, wait. Look at the photo and compare it to the guy in the opening cutscene. Yep. Hugo said that the headmaster's probably here in the school. The only ones who are alive at the start of the killing game are 16 students. Put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. Did you really give up her pride for that?
Nice.
This picture. It's pretty old. Wait. Hey, Kyoko!
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. Yet, now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? I was right. Picture of Kyoko when she was little. Knowing the headmaster had this picture this time. Must have really cared about her.
Why?
But I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. The reason I came here. Now he's abandoned me again. And this time he stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Have there ever been a worse father?
Nice.
Hey, you're back. We're facing the sadness.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. Dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
To have anything else. Could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now, if...
If he could have even handled a job like this, would have been that much stand up to them.
Hey, because...
Sure. Let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then. E-handbook? Emergency?
In other words,
Handbook with no limitations, given to school's ultimate, the headmaster. And now we get to unlock the things. Assuming that's what it is. You're probably
it would
right.
seem...
Might prove useful as we continue the investigation. But Kyoko,
I
don't need it. Want it? Go ahead and leave it. Sadness, no, I have very sensitive emotions. Then, guess I'll take it. Is it? Are you okay?
Nice.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto? Huh? Can I ask you a favor? What is it?
so...
It's completely reasonable to ask you. Do that much more.
Hey,
Did you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just a little while. I just like Kyoko.
Just a second.
Get my emotion. About the relationship you had with your dad. I only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But that picture. Maybe he see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? So it's just a thing. That can be settled with. Back to what happened. What I went through.
I...
Solve some. Right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I got myself under control. I'll return to the investigation immediately. Please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. See you later. Bones! Like, what the heck? Ah. 6 of... She is... Yeah. Hero. Toko. Ina. can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some way. There just has to be. Alright, now real quick, then we got that evidence. Let's check out the lockers. Actually, I'll be right back. I need to do some things if we're going to continue. So, be right back. And we are back. So, let's get to investigating these lockers that aren't blown up. Wait, the super special handbook. All right. Textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. Dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. What? Yasuhiro Hagakure. This are Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes. And he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes.
Nice.
It's a crystal ball. It can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. They're tarot cards. No way. No clues. One notebook. That girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. It's Kyoko's. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I saw her to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world, to serve as a foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with the plan. That's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made self-decisions without consulting anyone else. Can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in the locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. On the last page. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could it make any sense?
Nice.
A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be an explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving in the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. I think that was a hint saying just, you're done. There's nothing else here. Maybe... Yeah. I think that's all. Let's go to the 4th floor next. Now we have a vibe.
Hey, Makoto.
Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
But I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although, I can't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
So it might explode, right? And that really sucks, so you open it. Alright. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Okay, go ahead! Alright, here goes nothing. There's no explosion, thankfully. Question one.
huh?
Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi! Yeah, I was kind of getting the same thing. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. Really over the top, though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? I'm surrounded by great friends. Yay! Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? Control panel looks...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking around or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing a button. Hold on, you can't just or whatever, something like this. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. You know, what did you push? I'm not sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? That's right next door.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so just turn on from over here. What I think I heard? That Monokuma? Hey! Roar! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Oh man, busted! Busted! How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? I don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button! Whatever you do, don't push it!
Too bad.
Aw, man! Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it. The control panel inside. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma.
Huh?
Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma?
Oh.
What? For real? Yep. It just looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the mastermind has been Monokuma for.
Hey,
No, like I said, I'm surrounded by great friends. Alright, gamer.
But
Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here. That means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? Guess that would have to be true. If that is true.
Nice.
Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
'cause, I mean,
Well, it's just... where the mastermind's in hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible.
um,
So, like...
So,
There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. Can't waste all the time standing around here. Wanna get going? Yeah. What's wrong, Kono? Let's get out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Alright, let's head to... Oh wait. Keep on thinking escape is the key to, well, escape through. What was that? The door! It just locked on its own! What? You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked! Because the data center is now restricted! Monokuma!
just a second.
Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit! Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around! Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving! Then that room,
Yep.
as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are! So right now, you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo!
You're a liar.
That doesn't make any sense! We were just in there and we didn't see anyone! The hatch! AoE, the hatch! Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure that's where you could have been? There was a hatch! And you didn't let me investigate it, game! Too bad! That was your one big chance and you blew it! Cause I didn't let you do it, lol.
Too bad.
Of course that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever! Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating! I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but
So,
is he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to how we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
And when I said we should leave, well, the hatch couldn't have been open from the outside anyways, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. There's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you got me all motivated again.
You got it.
I'm out, see you later! I have to do what I can too. I believe this is also a place I need to investigate. Headmaster's room. Let's go! One sec. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Not
Are
possible.
you ignoring me? Think I'll forgive that just because you're you?
Such ignorance.
Get out of here. Remember this moment. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on the top of that pathetically ortatious desk. S78 student registry? It contains profiles for all of us, and
So, in other words,
apparently Class 78 refers to us.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned Class number 78. That must be where Kyoko got that page. Since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt. Mukuro is a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? Talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing. The way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. What's your point? She's so much in a hurry, and she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Kuro's profile actually contains 2 pages.
So, in other words,
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about her that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. The crow reappeared suddenly as the background of an and in the background an entity floats, but close but just out of reach.
what?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. Well, I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should know. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as a part of our class number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. Further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and even her lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? They're asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... that the chance body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business.
Nice.
Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I just you pay attention. Advice? From me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along. She's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words...
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind, thanks. Alright. Anything else on this floor? Nope. Let's check out the room. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Maybe the body is inside the tool shed. Nope. Let's look at the tarp. It's from the biolab.
Nice.
It's that pickaxe. The handle says Crazy Diamond. The same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. Strange. Let's go to the biolab. That's all I really need to check here. But where could the body have gone? Let's start looking for it. To the biolab, I think. The biolab. Chilly. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Wait. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. Some kind of weird machine or something put against the wall. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. There's exactly 6 that are off!
Oh no.
I think that's... Wait, am I not done here? Ah! Instruction manual. Standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the electrical lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for your full ethylene gas.
Nice.
What about the lights?
Nice.
Can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Okay, now I got everything. And now we go to the dojo. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not once, a single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, I would have had something, right? There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? Everyone finds out. You're gonna call me a useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master Will! I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that! I'm sick of always being looked down on! But why won't anyone accept me? Yeah! I'm trying to find some evidence.
Nice.
What else are the coins? An announcement?
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about it. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, it said to go to the gym, right? Hey, fast travel. Oh, hey, hero. Wah! Makoto! Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go! Hero, wait! Hero? Has he been hiding something the whole time? It's just me this time. Hello, welcome, hello! Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. Envelope? And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. I found was a single photograph. Featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. Everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak Academy at the same time as me. Wait, but someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't. I recognize her. Wait, I do recognize her. That's right. When Byaki and I were in the headmaster's room, we looked at that file. Bro, Ikusaba? And that girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here post like this is weird enough by itself. You hate despair? Understandable. Have a good day. Not even everyone. I'm missing. I guess that makes sense. Everyone else is in the picture. I'm the one who took it. Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you going to keep up this rambling squillology of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way of standing there, you know? So I mean, get out! But I told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field! Guess he's done talking. Dang it!
Nice.
And all I found in the gym is even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It's made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? So real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Yeah, I should just ask everyone directly to clear this all up. No! I have to clear this up! Alright, where to next? To the archive. Or... Hey, that letter's still there, lol. These are a bunch of investigation reports related to different... Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, Byakuya! Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! What the... Why was he acting like that? Like he was perfectly trying to avoid me. Wait a minute. Maybe I... Oh yeah, I did. There was an exclamation mark there. Whoops. Hi, AoE. So this is what you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto? Sorry, gotta go. What? Ina, why? Why won't you talk to me? Idiots, all of them! To the garden. Hi, Hero. Hey, Hero! Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry! Hero, what's wrong? Why? Why are you all sailed with so much stupidity? Raw bio. I decided to visit the biolab one more time. First thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Huh? Toko? Toko, are you okay? She's not dead, is she? Ah! It's cold. It's super cold! It's so cold I think I might catch a cold! If you keep taking naps in a place like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I was fainted again! I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up party? Okay, well, so why'd you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was me waking up now. What'd you do, Miss Morse? Oh, that's right, your memory stops and starts with each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! We share the same basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
You SOB!
And don't say it like it's a bad thing! It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned! Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember! So it's like double the memory! No, it's more like half. Wait a minute! Remembers. That's gonna be important later!
Nice.
Called it! Huh? What do I notice right now? Where's my little darling? Tell her now, or I'll slit your throat! I don't know. I'm sure Byaku's around somewhere doing his own investigation.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so. I knew it! I totally knew it! I'm total pro when it comes to all things faster. I gotta hurry! I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shot off. Her eerie laughter. I totally forgot about to ask her about the photo. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyways. More important thing. Why did Toko faint? Oh, wait. The door is open. Fridge, it's open. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here, and Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so different?
Anyway...
You should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Rukuro's body isn't here. Rukuro's corpse? Rukuro's body is inside that fridge? I hate this. It's cold.
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it here while we were in the class trial. Mastermind did it? Because they assume we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at this body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do? What should I do? Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. These ones aren't.
It would seem...
The blue light comes from the slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9?
Nice.
No. Wait a minute. It was in there. It all makes sense now.
Nice.
Purpose update. Are you done yet? Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about the announcement Monokuma made earlier.
Whew.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything. Is she right? Mastermind forged that picture as a trap?
Whew.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow, and that's it. I'll make my report brief. Find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of her head were inflicted after death. Really? The blunt tissue made things a little difficult. The burnt tissue made things a little difficult. But I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were a fatal injury, right? What was the fatal injury? Other wounds that were several days old!
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
Seem to be indicating several days old was simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they've not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? But if the wounds are at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
What if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
The detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean that you'll be any good at detective work. Beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Nice.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. By the way, when I looked at the Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get that right? Remembered all that? They're indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
Don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case was without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba.
Nice.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh, wait. We're not even going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Don't you forget? She was our enemy once. As part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still.
Whew.
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me. She decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can to do. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on! The pocketbook. Hey, Kyoko, I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask. Go ahead then, how with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once before you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean? Well, you know how those lockers on the second floor are the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get in any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get one of them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
Get them open. One you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, Only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to those lockers. If I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It's about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Would that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the Headmaster Handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it all makes sense. The DVD. Past 78 urgent interviews?
So...
Found it in the hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means. Just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why I found my pocketbook in a place none I've ever seen before. I guess time to watch a movie!
Nice.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made are gonna stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything. My own feelings. I can never find the answers for the questions I wanted to ask the rest of my life. All because of the Mastermind.
However...
There's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the Mastermind, there's no room in my heart for victims.
I
swore to destroy the Mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. It's strange to be confronted with his death. Suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it bother me so much to know that he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether the truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I have to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. I better get going myself. I can't lose! Nope, that's the nurse's room. AB room. There we go.
Nice.
Should be able to play DVDs just fine. An image appeared. Okay. Sayaka? Took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long. There she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin? I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
Time for movie night!
I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
I like he was trying to make a joke.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
That's when the video cut out. I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. She wanted out so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So, why? Why don't you say yes to living here for the rest of her life? Huh?
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real.
I'm
I
sorry
see.
I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. Video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to leave on the school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. No doubt she had met him. Sat down in the headmaster and her father, and when he asked her the question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Huh? What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Whoopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when... Now then, when... Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime! That's what failure is, right? Failure, my precious little booty! You cut the power on purpose! Well, whatever. You can watch the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. Ask them a question, they say yes. Wait a minute.
That's right.
When I woke up...
It would seem...
What?
Hey,
Convenient outcome. Something that seems obviously work in the favor of the mastermind. Does that mean I've lost my memory too? Or
Nice.
is that all? That's all.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
Shut it, Bear. It's time. This trial, the class trial, is going to start. The final class trial. Last time in all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then, this is the end. Guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
Early, Makoto.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. Where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. Just like she said. Yakia! Yakia? They arrived, one after another. All in the same state of shock. Ina? Hero? Silence. Wasn't any normal silence. It was like the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It's like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appear.
I'm late!
I'm on
Strong silent master, so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are braced. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
my beautiful scissors.
With my scissors, sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shift the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Oh, and wearing our gloomy gust faces, I see.
Well now,
Let's begin!
thrills, chills, kills!
This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair! Climaximum sorrow!
that's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time, it'll be fair.
How strange.
What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know?
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year! I'm gonna win this game super fair and square!
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone's watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
So don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my family.
This will be over in no time. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready.
so...
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. All right. What about Jack? This will be the last time. Deeper, 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 deeper! This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
Yahoo!
It's the long-awaited last stage! Your always exciting final boss battle! And I'm going to sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well then, let's begin! time limit, study's aim. Actually, if anyone knows, what is the rate of fire? Also, I'm debating whether or not I want to finish it here, because... Hey gamer, do you know how long this final class trial is? Because I have a feeling it's going to be super long and result in us, Oh, you don't know? Huh. Well... Let me look it up real quick. Maybe an hour and 30 minutes. I feel like it'd be best if we save it for next time. So, few things before we head out. First of all, thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you want to support me outside the stream, I have a Twitter and Discord. I'll be back on Wednesday. Not sure if I want to do the finale immediately or just save it for next week. But either way, the finale, the true finale, will be coming. That's when I stand exposed and must pay for their crimes. Now all that's left is the looming mystery. To hope speak itself. So, yeah, I think that'll be it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been fun, and until next time, see ya!